I've been doing summer residency since 2009, and it became KST tradition to always have some sort of gathering, which Tiffany has been to several. And we do that because, for a couple reasons. One is that for Pittsburgh artists as well as artists that are visiting, it's often the case that people who come here either have not met each other or they haven't seen each other in a long time. So tell us a little bit about the piece and what you hope to accomplish this week with your collaborators that are here. And anything else?
I have so much to say. The piece is called named John Brown, all one word, because it really isn't about John Brown, but about his legacy. It's about looking back at John Brown. And the whole piece really is about looking back. So there's my looking back through my history of my family, through civil rights, looking back at what radical political activity is, what activism is, what's expected, and this group of people, how then to manifest those ideas with this group.
Can I ask you, what do you see as the legacy?
You know, that's a good question that I have actually thought about in terms of compassion. The thing that I feel is the most radical thing about John Brown is his compassion for other people, and the willingness to risk his own life, give his own life, to freeing, to supporting somebody else, somebody not him. He decided he's going to make himself into the martyr that we see today. And that is an act of media. That is an act of marketing. That is a very interesting and very applicable today. And so that whole process becomes very, it's just such an interesting, complex and layered circumstance that it's just something that me as an artist really grips into. And my father, who went from being a radical kind of race man, his father was a race man, my father was a civil rights man, and who went from there to becoming the mayor of this town, of the town that I was raised in. He became the county chairman of the county board. He achieved from radicalism to totally, I am the man.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
that process becomes also is interesting to me.
It is.
And it's very much the model of Frederick Douglass.
Yes. And lots of people.
And lots of other people. So
Yeah.
it was a
Lots
very
of
so it
people.
was a very rich circumstance for me to be involved in. The circumstance of this work allows for this focus, and I think it's in this work, built from the beginning in this work.
Did you make a specific choice to have an all-white cast, or did that just happen?
It both was a choice and happened. First, it happened.
Yeah.
First, I went out and I thought, I'm doing something and I'm going to pull in, I'm going to try to get an interracial cast. And then it was very difficult. I had some people that I wanted to work with. I had Sadi, and I had Casey, who I'd worked with for more long time than we should say. And I had brought in Cassie from the beginning because I wanted this strong classical element within the work. And then I brought in Asher because I felt like I needed to have a white male in the group. I needed to have a kind of John Brown figure, somebody that the audience could grasp onto. It would allow me to have more range. And then I brought in, I needed this youth, and I met Julia at MoMA, and Julia has an activist radio show. She makes her own work. She composes music. She has a band. I had this amazingly smart group of people, mostly women, and at first I didn't put myself into it. And I thought, okay, if I put myself into it, then I have this connection, the thing that's expected, and I have
Right,
the
you have the-
future.
right.
I have what's happening in the world now. Thank you so much. Really, really.